You may have seen these headlines, these statements made by the Supreme Court against Baba Ramdev, or more aptly Patanjali Ayurved. Or perhaps you may have seen this bland apology after they got many a rap from the apex court. But today on Newsworthy, what's at the heart of all of this? My name is Anubha Bhonsle, and today on Newsworthy, the Indian Medical Association versus the Patanjali case that has made the court very angry and finally spurred some action, not just against Patanjali, but also FMCG companies, drug companies, and even government authorities. By the way, that now famous "we will rip you apart" comment that came in from the Supreme Court was actually the court talking to the Uttarakhand licensing authority and not Baba Ramdev. So let's get started. How did it really come to all of this? We'll have to go back about 4 years, same time, COVID-19 pandemic. Patanjali Ayurved launched the Coronil tablet. They claimed it was the first evidence-based researched cure and approved by the WHO or the World Health Organization. That was a big lie, a blatant lie, completely untrue. The WHO denied this, but the damage, as some would say, or the sales were actually done. Coronil sold 250 crore worth of kits in 4 months post the launch. The IMA took notice of this and started tracking Patanjali very closely, building what can only be called a mountain of evidence of misleading claims like cures for diabetes, cures for thyroid, or cures for fatty liver disease. By the way, these illnesses are in a list of 54 diseases which people cannot advertise cures for as per the Drugs and Magical Remedies Law. In June of 2021 is the IMA filing a petition against Patanjali's misleading advertisements. Ramdev, Patanjali's co-founder and brand ambassador, was very angry. He went on calling modern medicine stupid and a bankrupt science, which led to protests by doctors during the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, Patanjali simply didn't care. It went on putting ads like this one on your screen. In fact, the same ad also claimed that they had developed a treatment for type 1 insulin-dependent diabetes and claimed people could stop taking insulin. Yes, the Nobel Prize-winning life-saving insulin. After widespread criticism, Patanjali released another ad. Folded hands. Whose hands? We don't know, but there was a text that read, "Don't stop insulin." The IMA, or the Indian Medical Association, was once again in court in August of 2022 against Patanjali's exaggerated claims and denigrating of modern medicine. The first warning from the Supreme Court came only last year, in November of 2023, when Patanjali was asked not to advertise permanent cures. In fact, at that point in time, a fine was also threatened. But Patanjali didn't really care. The ads continued, quite in the same vein. In fact, this one on your screens came on the 7th of Jan this year, 2024.
Around this time, the Supreme Court received an anonymous letter marked to the Chief Justice and the 2 judges presiding over the case. It alerted them to Patanjali's defiance of their orders. The court was not happy. Actually, that's an understatement. The court was furious. In Feb 2024, the court slapped a contempt notice on Patanjali and placed a temporary ban on all advertisements for Patanjali's medical products. From March to April, Patanjali was pulled up on several occasions. This included the court summoning Ramdev and Patanjali MD Acharya Balkrishna and telling them off. This too only achieved marginal results. Both Patanjali founders had to make several apologies, including via affidavits and advertisements in small and large sizes published across newspapers. Even as it was pulling up Patanjali, the court was also critical of the state government, Uttarakhand in this case, and the centre. The centre, which is the Ministry of Ayush in this case, said it can't do much as the responsibility for implementing the Drugs and Magical Remedies Act lies with the state. The Ayush Ministry did send notices to the Uttarakhand authorities on Patanjali's violations, but not much happened till March-April 2024, right before the Supreme Court's rip you apart tough remarks. Now, in a recent hearing, the state has told the Supreme Court that it has suspended manufacturing licenses for 14 Patanjali products, plus filed an FIR against these people and companies under relevant sections of the Drugs and Magical Remedies Act.
Now, even as this case progresses, it is unclear how much culpability Ramdev will face for his violations of the law. He has no legal stake in Patanjali. He co-founded it and is currently the brand ambassador. In fact, the Supreme Court is holding him liable or holding him accountable as he is the face in Patanjali's misleading advertisements. What's possibly the worst in all of this here is the lack of action, the almost turning of a blind eye from both the center and the state, and the impunity with which Patanjali Ayurved has consistently violated the law. We'll stop here. If this was worthy of your time, well, please share this video with your friends, family, even in your WhatsApp groups. We'll be back again with another newsworthy video, and a big thanks to everybody who's supporting us via our Instagram subscriptions.